Hi, I'm sitting in front of my gym and this thought came in my head and I wanted to talk about it before I head in there. So I keep seeing so much talk about fasting in reference to like weight loss, and I personally would not suggest anybody fasting simply for the goal, obviously the loss of losing weight. If that's your primary goal, I would not suggest fasting, because that is going to be something that is going to probably do a certain level of harm, because our intention behind what we do is so impactful to the result and our process through it. Because if you're fasting just because you want to lose weight faster, your goal is often the external. You're also chasing an outcome. Now, when you continue chasing an outcome, a particular result, you haven't let yourself settle into the experience. Because in the work of fasting, the work isn't about the result. The work is about the process that gets dug up, what is pulled up inside you along the way. Because when we're speaking to the idea of detoxification with fruits and fasting, that is what I speak to in particular. And I come from nutrition. I was a personal trainer, yoga teacher, nutrition coach. I come from the place of weight-focused, very weight-focused or exercise-focused protocols. And I've moved away from that because I find that it does more damage in the end, because you're not focusing on the experience of what you're doing. You're very focused on an external result or a destination. And it's not the destination that is what will transform you. It's the experience. This process of fasting is a very intentional experience when you go in it with that mindset of wanting to explore the capacity of your body. You want to remove obstructions and the stagnation and the buildup in your body from a lifetime of poor habits. Because what the reality of our current culture, American culture in particular, is that we have a shitty food supply, and we've been eating really shitty food, packaged, processed. Even if we're talking fresh foods, the quality is quite poor. I would pick fruit and whole foods any day over processed foods. But especially starting in the 80s, we've been fed this idea of, oh, here's all of our quick meals, the processed foods, the mac and cheeses, all the canned and processed, frozen, easy meals, all of which are packed with such horrible ingredients. And over time, this builds up in your system. You're basically adding layer on top of layer of obstructions, congestion, toxic buildup, contamination, toxic ingredients, say poor quality meat, poor quality dairy. And what happens is, if we're not eliminating, this is where it becomes the issue. It's not even necessarily what you're consuming as much as it is what you are not eliminating. Because so much of these foods that we're eating create this constipation in the system. It gets sticky and gets stuck and congested inside your digestive tract. It clogs up your colon and your intestines, your entire bowel system. And then, because then you're now overloaded with toxic buildup, what does that do? It begins to basically push toxic buildup, all of these things that need to be eliminated, elimination waste, is being kind of pushed back up into your system. And that's where so many stomach issues then come up. We see so much acid reflux and GERD and gut holes because think about when you have toxic buildup, it emits gases. So inside your body, when you're not eliminating everything from your intestinal system, you're kind of, gases are being pushed back up into your stomach, up into your esophagus. And then the toxicity of your stomach becomes the toxicity of your mouth. And that's where the teeth issues start to come. So it all reverts back in reverse. So then you need to work in reverse to help clear things out. And that means stripping your diet down, fasting, enemas, things to clean out your system, clean out your bowels, to get your organs moving. Because once you're congested in the intestinal system, it starts to overload. The liver can't process properly, the kidneys can't process properly, the gallbladder, all of those will start to go because your digestive system is backed up. Your colon is not eliminating on a daily basis. You should be eliminating after every meal, essentially. Otherwise, you are constipated. And dehydration is a huge factor in that as well. If you're eating foods that are very dehydrating, you're not hydrating your cells, which then hydrate your body, which then become the factor in elimination. As long as you're lubricating all of your cells and all of your organ systems, that's the lubrication that helps your elimination be taken from your system. If you're dehydrated, that process can't happen. So eating junky food builds up everything in your system, which then creates dehydration, which then creates constipation, which then creates all the organ stagnation, lymphatic buildup. It is a years and years of buildup in your system of a damaged body that needs to be reversed. And it doesn't happen overnight. And that's where fasting is beneficial. That should be the goal, not weight loss. Weight loss is a byproduct. Your weight is a byproduct of your well-being. So the goal should be living a healthier life and eliminating disease from your body. And your body will respond to that. And it will naturally become a reflection of your internal health. That's how it happens. The external will become a reflection of the internal health of your body, being spiritual, emotional, mental, and then physical. So I wanted to share that because I've seen a lot about fasting lately, and I think a lot of people really misinterpret what it is, what the goal is, and intention behind how you fast is extremely important. So, and I say that as someone who's going to be getting back into another fast because I have a lot going on in my body still. I've gone back and forth into my detox work and back out because of my life and how things have come up in my life. It's thrown me off. Life happens. Mental health stuff happens, and it throws off your entire care, how you care for yourself. And that's when you come back to that self-care of how are you nurturing your own body, nourishing your own body to create a greater sense of well-being. The whole body wellness isn't just about the physical body, it's all of it. So I say that as I'm at the gym, not to work out, but to go to the sauna, because that is a big aspect of my detox, and it's helping get my system moving. So I hope that was helpful. You can always contact me for more guidance, set up a session. Bye.